Denmark's Odense shipyard, one of the new generation of mega container ships, is nearly completed. The Adrian Maersk is 141 feet longer and 7 feet deeper than the Hanjin Washington. More important, she can carry an extra 650 containers. Why the urge to build bigger and bigger ships? Simple economics. The more containers a ship can carry, the lower the shipping costs per container. Which is why, in the adjacent dry dock, workers have begun to construct her sister ship. This new vessel, she doesn't have a name yet, will be capable of carrying an astounding 3,300 containers. It's going to take workers 3 more months to finish building her, if they can stay on schedule. The work itself will be extremely difficult, but the process is easy enough to understand.
Building a ship is a rather simple process. We just have to bring in some 12,000 steel plates, clean them, and cut them into some 120,000 pieces and weld them together.
Step 1, steel. Lots of it. Enough to cover 8 football fields. Machines do a lot of the work here, like moving the plates to the work shed, where they ride on rollers to get cleaned. Step 2, cut the steel into pre-designed shapes. That's done by computerized cutting torches, each one as hot as a lightning bolt. 2 technicians and a remote control do the work of 14 men in a fraction of the time. The torches even work underwater, where the thin steel plates keep cool so the superheat doesn't bend them. Step 3, weld steel into sections. An army of robotic welders does most of the straight-line welding. But the more intricate work must still be done by hand. These enormous honeycomb-like structures will form the ship's skeleton. Without them, the hull would crumple under the tremendous weight of the containers and the pressure of waves. When all the sections are assembled, this container ship will be the longest in the world. And an enormous challenge to container ports like Long Beach, where the Hanjin Washington has just tied up. Now she's less of a ship and more of a giant warehouse at one end of a huge assembly line. Most of her containers must be offloaded and sent by truck and train to destinations across the country. At the same time, she'll be loaded with new containers destined for other ports. Almost 1/3 of U.S. imports go through the ports of Long Beach and nearby Los Angeles. 11.3 million containers on approximately 8,000 ships every year. A delay here can mean hospitals run out of supplies and supermarkets have empty shelves. And will cost the shipping company $7,500 an hour. Even worse, the shipper might lose its customers if it doesn't deliver their cargo on time. So the work goes on around the clock. But first, somebody has to set the whole process in motion. Right now, that somebody is Aaron Pearson, superintendent of the first shift.
Okay, that's everything?
She's got a tremendous task to tackle.
Steve, you copy Steve? I didn't copy that. Where are you?
In less than 2 hours, she has to pull together paperwork for hundreds of containers coming off the ship and going back on.
We don't have... Okay. Shoot.
And assemble a crew of 100 longshoremen and crane operators.
Okay, I had 4 originally. One's going to the other ship, and the H's are going to the ground. The big challenge right now, getting everyone out there and started by 6 o'clock. And then, okay.
You want to have a cup?
She makes it. It's Monday at 6 p.m. and night has fallen as she heads out to the ship. The 48-hour countdown has begun. That's how long the Hanjin Company allows for unloading and reloading a vessel the size of the Washington. For the ship to leave on time, Aaron's crew will have to move 1,000 containers during their shift. And it's the crane operators who will be under the greatest pressure. Years ago, cargo came in sacks and crates. Longshoremen carried them on their backs. Today, everything's in containers, and the heavy lifting gets done by state-of-the-art gantry cranes that cost $7 million apiece. With their 200-foot-long arms, they can reach across the bows of even the new megaships. The cranes grab onto containers with hooks that weigh 11 tons. Four latches lock into the container's corners before it's swung high into the sky. Those latches are all that's holding it.
We're moving a lot of heavy cargo. Things could fall. As you can see, it's a large operation, so you have to take all the safety precautions necessary.
To hit her target, Erin needs her 3 cranes to each move 30 containers an hour. That's one every 2 minutes. But tonight, things are falling behind schedule.
We got kind of a slow start tonight. Hopefully by the end of the night, we'll be closer to about 28 moves per hour, which would be a decent start for us. And we'll monitor it as we go.
As tough as Erin's job is now, it's only going to get tougher when the megaships arrive. She'll have to monitor even more cranes and more people.